Hello everyone. So I am sharing the first layout that I did with the July kit from Scraptastic, and it's called Me, Myself, and I. And I thought that this kit was going to be a little bit more difficult for me to use because the colors are so bright. And I do love them, but it's not colors that I typically scrapbook with. But I think I'm going to try to do mainly black and white photos just to make it a little bit easier on myself. I do love brights with black and white, so in black and white embellishments and papers included, kind of a mix. So to start with, I decided I wanted to use that splattered kind of messy background with the really bright colors. I just really love it. It looks like it's got some watercolors and some paint splatters on it. So I definitely wanted to use that as one of the backgrounds, so I didn't cut that up too much. And that splatter background is a Scraptastic exclusive, and that is called Hot Mess. And then I definitely wanted to use a black diagonal as kind of a border around my layout. And so I pulled from my stash, which I don't typically do in my first couple of layouts, but the only black and white stripe that I had was on the back of this paper that I'm using for the background. So I had to pull from my stash in order to get that. And the black and white wonky stripe that I picked was a Webster's Pages, and that's from the These Are the Days collection, and it's the Daily Essentials lines. And I went ahead and used a Creative Scrappers sketch for my inspiration, although it doesn't turn out exactly like it. I ended up using the two strips on the side and then the one strip at the bottom, and then just kind of where the photo is. The sketch calls for one larger photo, two photos on top and two photos on bottom. I just used the die cut on the top and the bottom and then just the photo in the middle. So the rest of the stuff did come from the kit. I pulled a few things that I definitely wanted to use on this layout, and I really love the way that it all kind of came together. So one of the die cuts that I used was one of the little squares, and I believe it's like a 2x2 square, and it says Colorful Life, and then the one at the bottom says Totally You, and that is the one that I'm going to kind of use as my title because I don't end up adding any more of a title. And I don't think that this layout really needed a title. And sometimes I don't title my layouts, and that's okay. So it's okay with me. So I'm going to kind of fuss around with how this is all kind of laying out. I'm going to be pulling some things up and kind of putting them back down, but they do end up generally where I do lay them. It's just, I move them just a little bit. So one of the little, well, I guess it's not really die cuts, whatever it is, little 2x2 ephemera die cuts, whatever they are. I did cut one into two triangles, and I use them as photo corners, and it's the black with the splash. I just kind of wanted to add a little bit more of a darker color to the layout, and I was thinking about adding them as photo corners, but I wanted to kind of bring some of the darkness to the outer edge. And so I'm going to go ahead and put one in the upper right hand corner and one in the bottom left hand corner. And what am I doing now? Oh, I had wanted to mat my photo with something just to kind of make it pop out just a little bit more because it is such a busy layout. I was thinking about doing a black and white stripe, but because I have the black and white stripe strip so close to the photo, I decided to use this really sprayed beautiful. I love the rainbow colors in this paper, and it's great as a layer because it is so busy. So I went ahead and used it as a thin matte for my photo, and I wanted to make sure that I had quite a bit of pink on the mat. So that's why I was kind of deciding where I wanted to put it. And then because I used the matte on the photo, I ended up having to pull my die cuts up just a little bit, or my little pieces of paper, my little titles, I guess. And I had to adjust those just a little bit to give myself some room. and I love the way that that mat looks with that photo. I just really, I think it kind of really brings it into the focus, to focus on the photo like you're supposed to. So I ended up using all of the die cuts and the stickers that I ended up pulling for this layout, and I am trying to figure out exactly where I want them. I did already have an idea of where I wanted to put these little spray cans with the little sprays. I knew that I wanted to put 3 across the bottom strip and then 2 across the vertical strip. And I am making sure that the little black dot that looks kind of like the spray nozzle, which way the spray would go, I am making sure that the spray nozzle is pointing towards the spray like it just sprayed. And I'm not wanting to line them up. I'm kind of wanting them to just kind of look, free on the paper. And I like the way that they turned out. I honestly did not think that I would use them. And I'm really kind of happy that they turned out to be one of the first die cuts that I used, considering this is the first layout. I'm trying to decide where I want to put those stickers, and they're not going to end up there. I'm just kind of going to move them until I'm ready for them. And I decided I did like the spray cans exactly where I had them. I did make sure that the kind of darker colors were at the bottom and the lighter colors were up at the top, just because they did kind of look heavy on the side, and especially with the blue and the green, I wanted to make sure that those were down towards the bottom. And I pulled the little sunglasses from the sticker sheet and all of the hearts from the sticker sheet. And I'm not really going to add anything else. That I believe all of this, yes, all of these embellishments and stickers are Scraptastic exclusives. I'm not sure if we did get anything from other lines as far as embellishments go. I believe it was all, yes, everything that I'm looking at. I'm looking at my embellishments that came with the kit, and I am not seeing anything that came out of another line. And so it does all match perfectly, which I really do enjoy. And I'm trying to figure out where I want to put this sticker. It kind of has like a variegated, almost sprayed color, like kind of look to it, like it's been spray painted. And so I thought it would work really well. I decided to go ahead and put it between my layers, between my mat and my photo, kind of making the hearts look like they're kind of floating away from the photo. This is a photo of my daughter that I found on her iPod that she had taken a selfie of herself, and it's just a beautiful picture. I love it. And the little ring that she's wearing has a smiley face on it, so it just kind of makes it really fun. She's 8, and I thought it was just perfect. She likes to take photos, and she does like Musically, and where you dance and sing, and makes videos and things like that, and she just loves to do that. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about when I do the journaling, is just kind of her personality and how she is so outgoing. And so I just kind of wanted to make this really bright and fun, just kind of how, what type of a person she is. She's definitely very colorful. So now I'm going to go ahead and put my journaling lines. And my journaling just reads, "You really live a colorful life with so much imagination. You love to create videos while you sing and dance, and you really are great at making them. You have so much personality." And that's basically all I wanted to write. And I'm just kind of referring to the fact that she took this photo herself, and she did a great job. I love it. And that's all. So stay tuned for the still shots at the end. Thanks for watching. Bye.